Do not skip this, because this is about you. You were chosen to hear this right now, and heaven is watching. The angels are whispering your name, and I must tell you, if you leave this message, you may miss the breakthrough that was sent for your spirit. Listen carefully, because the people who gossiped about you, the ones who spoke against you in secret, the ones who laughed when you stumbled, are now silenced in shock. Heaven has moved, God has overturned their words, and you are not who they thought you were. You felt their whispers, and you felt their judgment. You felt their eyes watching you when they thought you were weak, and you carried the weight of their words like chains around your heart. But heaven saw it all, and the truth has finally shifted. Comment God is with me if you trust his plan for your life. They thought their gossip would destroy you, but instead it only revealed who they really are. They thought their laughter would wound you, but instead it became the sound that heaven recorded as evidence against them. Now they sit in silence, because what they expected to break you has lifted you higher. They cannot explain how you are still standing, and they cannot understand how you keep shining after everything you faced. What they forgot is that your name is written in heaven, and no earthly tongue can erase it. The angels have surrounded you, and their whispers of cruelty have been drowned out by a greater sound. The sound of heaven declaring your victory is louder than every rumor, every lie, and every shadow they tried to put over your light. This is why they are in shock, because the hand of God has turned the story around. You must hear this clearly, my beloved. Their voices have been silenced, but not by your power. It is by the divine hand that moves unseen, the same hand that protected you when you cried alone. The hand that wiped your tears in secret is the same hand lifting your name in public. They cannot comprehend how your broken moments became your strength, but heaven knows you were never abandoned. Each wound you carried has now become a testimony, and each scar is a doorway to your blessing. They did not know that every word they spoke against you was planting a seed for your harvest. And now, the harvest has come, and they are watching the fruit of your endurance. This is why their gossip has turned to silence, because their mouths have no more power over what God has spoken. Type Amen if you feel God is speaking to you right now. You have been walking in shadows, feeling unseen and unheard. But heaven was watching, and the angels have always spoken your name in light. While they tried to bury your worth in darkness, God was writing your destiny in golden letters. The people who thought they defined your story are now watching the author reveal his true words over you. They cannot deny it, because the evidence of your breakthrough is too great. They cannot laugh anymore, because your joy is overflowing in ways they never imagined. And they cannot whisper against you, because heaven itself has silenced their tongues. What they meant for harm has become the very platform where your miracle now stands. You see, my child, gossip is only the sound of fear disguised as laughter. They feared your light, so they tried to dim it with their words. They feared your strength, so they tried to weaken you with their lies. But what they did not understand is that no voice is greater than the voice of heaven. And heaven spoke long before they whispered, declaring you chosen, declaring you covered, declaring you unstoppable. This is why you are still here, and this is why your story has not ended. Your journey is not over. It has only just begun. The ones who gossiped will now become the witnesses of what God is doing in you. They wanted to see you fail, but instead they are watching you rise. They wanted to see you cry, but instead they are seeing you shine. The same lips that once carried your name in mockery are now unable to form words, because the evidence of God's favor is too heavy upon you. The same ears that once listened eagerly for your downfall are now hearing only the sound of your victory. And the same eyes that searched for your weakness are now witnessing your strength. This is why they are silent, because heaven has answered louder than their gossip. You thought their words defined you, but their words have no power. You thought their laughter would last, but their laughter has turned into confusion. For while they gossiped in circles, heaven was preparing a straight path for your feet. While they exchanged lies about you, angels were writing truth about you. And while they tried to hold you back with shadows, God was clothing you in light. That light is shining so brightly now that even those who despised you cannot look away. You may not realize it yet, but you have been carried through fire. You have been carried through waters that should have drowned you, and through storms that should have broken you. But you were not alone, because heaven was holding you the entire time. The gossipers saw only your struggle, but they did not see your covering. They saw the battle, but they did not see the angel armies surrounding you. And now they are shocked, because the one they thought was weak has been revealed as unshakable. Type yes, Lord, if you open your heart to blessings today. The tables have turned, my beloved, and the ones who sat in judgment now sit in silence. They cannot speak, because your miracle speaks louder than their mouths. They cannot move, because God has placed a hedge of fire around you that no word can break. Their gossip has evaporated, like smoke fading in the wind, and only truth remains standing. And the truth is this: you are chosen, you are covered, you are loved, and you are protected. No whisper, no rumor, no lie can undo what heaven has written. The reason this message has found you now is because the season of their gossip is over. The time of their whispers is finished, and the era of your rising has begun. God says your name is being lifted where their words cannot reach. God says your steps are being ordered in ways their judgment cannot stop. And God says the blessing coming to you will leave even your enemies speechless. This is why you must not give up now, because breakthrough is already unfolding. The people who gossiped about you will now be forced to watch you shine. They will see you walk into rooms they said you would never enter. They will see doors open for you that they swore would remain closed, and they will see miracles pour into your life that their words could never block. Their silence is not empty. It is heavy with shock, heavy with awe, heavy with the realization that heaven fought for you, and nothing they said could stop it. Even now, the angels are speaking your name. They are declaring over you that you will not be broken. They are declaring that you will not be hidden anymore. And they are declaring that the gossipers have been silenced by divine order. This silence is your sign. It is proof that heaven has shifted the story in your favor, and it is proof that you are moving into a season of vindication. Do not let your heart be troubled by the voices of yesterday. For yesterday's gossip has no power in today's victory. Do not let your spirit be heavy with the memory of their laughter, for today your joy is greater than their cruelty. And do not let fear creep in, because fear belongs to them, not to you. They fear your rising, they fear your strength, and they fear the glory that is being revealed in you. My child, remember this: when people gossip, it is because they cannot control the favor that is on you. When they whisper, it is because they cannot bear the brightness of your light. When they mock, it is because they cannot understand the source of your strength. And when they laugh, it is because they are trying to hide their fear of what you are becoming. But now they cannot laugh anymore, because what you are becoming is undeniable, and what God is doing through you is unstoppable. Their mouths are closed, their tongues are tied, and their plans are canceled. Every word they spoke against you has returned to silence, and every rumor has dissolved in the presence of truth. The truth is shining, the truth is speaking, and the truth is lifting you higher than their lies ever reached. This is why you must keep moving, because heaven is guiding you forward. Do not look back to the whispers behind you, for your future is brighter than anything they said, and your destiny is louder than anything they gossiped. They thought their gossip would bury you, but instead it became the soil for your growth. They thought their words would finish you, but instead they became the background to the song of your rising. Now they watch speechless as God lifts you higher than they ever imagined. They cannot deny the shift because it is unfolding before their very eyes. Your pain became your preparation, and your wounds became your wisdom. Your nights of tears became mornings of strength, and your silence became your shield. While they laughed, heaven was training you. While they mocked, angels were ministering to you. And while they whispered, God was shaping your destiny. This is why you are unbreakable now. This is why their words cannot hold you anymore. The gossip of yesterday has lost its grip because the anointing of today has taken over. The laughter that once cut your heart has turned into fuel for your fire, and the rejection that once bruised you has become the very doorway to your restoration. Beloved, understand this truth. Gossip fades, but glory remains. Rumors vanish, but purpose endures. And lies collapse, but the word of God stands forever. That is why you are still standing. That is why you are still chosen. And that is why heaven is revealing your strength to the very people who doubted you. They once gathered together in shadows to talk about you, but now they gather in silence to wonder about you. They once threw stones of words at your name, but now those stones have been turned into the foundation of your testimony. Their shock is not small. It is overwhelming. For what they see in you now is something they cannot explain. They cannot explain how the one they mocked has become unshakable, and they cannot explain how the one they dismissed has become unstoppable. Every tongue that rose against you has fallen quiet because God has declared his verdict. You are vindicated, you are defended, you are covered, and you are blessed. They cannot argue with the evidence because the evidence is divine. It is written in your smile, it is written in your peace, it is written in your strength, and it is written in the blessings unfolding around you. This is why they stare in silence, because gossip cannot stand against glory. Do you remember the nights you questioned if you mattered? Do you remember the moments you wondered if their words were true? Heaven remembers those moments too, and heaven has answered with a resounding no. You were never what they called you. You were never the labels they gave you. You were never the small story they tried to tell about you. You are chosen, you are loved, and you are crowned with light. Even now, the angels are celebrating your resilience. They are rejoicing that you stood when you had every reason to fall. They are singing your name in the courts of heaven because your faith did not die in the fire. And God is smiling upon you because you trusted him when everything around you seemed to crumble. The people who gossip do not know how close you were to giving up. They do not know how heavy the burden really was. But God knew, and God carried you. This is why they are shocked, because what should have destroyed you has delivered you. What should have ended your story has become the very chapter that defines your triumph, and what they thought was your fall has become your foundation. Their silence is the sound of their defeat. Their shock is the proof of your rising, and their confusion is the evidence that heaven has shifted everything in your favor. You are not the same person who cried under the weight of their words. You are not the same soul who trembled at their judgment. You have been refined, you have been strengthened, and you have been made new. The whispers of gossip cannot touch you now because you are standing in a different place. You are standing in the light of heaven, and light cannot be hidden by shadows. My child, this is the season of your unveiling. This is the time when what was hidden in you will be revealed. And this is the hour when those who doubted will see the truth that you are chosen, the truth that you are protected, and the truth that you are unstoppable. Their silence is your confirmation. Their shock is your sign. And their inability to speak is proof that God has spoken for you. They once believed their gossip would break you, but instead it became the hammer that shaped your strength. They once believed their lies would define you, but instead they became the backdrop for the truth of who you are. Now those who laughed behind closed doors are stunned into silence because the hand of heaven has rewritten your story. And the very ones who thought they had the final word are realizing that only God's word stands. They sit in circles, no longer laughing, but wondering. They whisper no longer against you, but within themselves, asking how you survived. For they cannot understand the miracle of endurance, and they cannot comprehend the power of divine covering. But you know, because you walked through the fire that should have consumed you. And you know because you felt the tears fall that no one else saw. Yet here you are, alive, chosen, rising. Beloved, listen, what they thought was your ending was heaven's beginning. What they thought was shame has turned into your crown. And what they thought was defeat has turned into your doorway of deliverance. This is why they are quiet now, because their words no longer hold power. The truth has risen higher, and the truth cannot be silenced. Every rumor spoken against you was weighed in the balance of heaven, and every whisper that carried your name in cruelty was recorded in the books of justice. Now those same mouths have been shut because the judge of heaven has spoken his decree. His decree says you are forgiven, you are chosen, you are blessed, and you are untouchable in his light. No accusation can rise higher than his word. No gossip can outlast his promise, and no lie can overshadow the truth of your calling. Do you feel the shift, my child? Do you sense the silence around you? That silence is not empty, it is holy. It is the silence of your enemies being stripped of their power. It is the silence of heaven making room for your blessing, and it is the silence of angels preparing the stage for your unveiling. They thought you would never rise again, but now you stand stronger than ever. They thought you would be forgotten, but now your name is being spoken in places they will never reach. They thought their laughter was the final sound, but now the sound of heaven's choir is louder than them all, and they cannot deny it, because it is happening before their very eyes. Their mouths are closed, their hearts are trembling, and their spirits are unsettled, for they cannot explain why the one they mocked is now crowned in glory. You must understand this. Gossip always dies when truth rises. Lies always collapse when light shines, and cruelty always retreats when love steps forward. That is why their words have vanished. That is why their laughter has turned into shock, and that is why their circle has fallen into silence. Heaven is watching you walk into a new season, and the angels are singing over your steps. Every move you make now is covered with protection. Every door you step through now is guarded with light, and every blessing you touch now is sealed by the hands of the Almighty. Their words cannot follow you into this season. Their gossip cannot enter this new chapter, for this is the chapter of fulfillment, the chapter of vindication, the chapter of breakthrough. Do not doubt yourself any longer, for you have been proven in the fire. Do not fear their voices any longer, for their voices are gone, and do not carry their shadows any longer, for you are clothed in light. You are rising, beloved, and nothing can hold you down. You are shining, and nothing can dim your flame. And you are chosen, and nothing can change that truth. The silence of your enemies is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the beginning of their realization that they touched something holy when they touch your name. It is the beginning of their understanding that you are untouchable in God's plan. And it is the beginning of their awakening that you are not ordinary, you are divine property. Heaven has sealed you, heaven has covered you, and heaven has declared you victorious. This is why their mouths are closed in awe. My beloved, I will keep speaking until every part of you feels the truth. For you have carried lies long enough, and now you must carry light. You have carried shame long enough, and now you must carry glory. And you have carried pain long enough, and now you must carry peace. The gossip is silenced forever, but the glory upon you will never fade, and this glory will only grow brighter in the days to come. They thought you were fragile, but you were forged in fire. They thought you were finished, but you were only beginning. And now they see the glow of heaven around you, and they cannot comprehend how you made it through. Their silence is the echo of their defeat, and their shock is the witness of your victory. Every whisper against you was a weapon formed, but none of those weapons prospered. Every rumor was a seed planted in darkness, but God turned it into light. And every laugh aimed at your pain has now turned into the sound of confusion. For the one they laughed at has risen higher than they could ever reach. You must know this, my beloved. Your story was never in their hands. Your destiny was never tied to their words. Your value was never measured by their judgment. And your future was never chained by their opinions. For your life is written in heaven, and no gossip can erase the ink of eternity. When they spoke behind your back, angels stood before your face. When they mocked you in secret, heaven defended you in open light. And when they tried to cover you with shame, God clothed you with glory. That glory is shining brighter than ever now, and they cannot dim it. They can only sit in silence, unable to explain what they see. Their gossip was a storm, but you were the lighthouse that still stood. Their lies were arrows, but you were the shield that did not break. Their laughter was thunder, but you were the song that would not be silenced. And now their voices have fallen quiet because your light has proven stronger. Do you see it now? Do you feel it in your spirit? You are not defeated. You are rising. You are not forgotten. You are remembered. And you are not broken. You are whole. Heaven has declared this, and earth cannot deny it. The silence of your enemies is not empty. It is filled with awe. It is filled with confusion, with wonder, with the realization that you are untouchable. They tried to measure you by their standards, but you were never theirs to measure. They tried to define you with their words, but you were always God's masterpiece. And now they see it, and they are speechless. Beloved, every tear you cried watered the ground for your miracle. Every night you prayed was a seed planted in the soil of heaven, and every step you took, even in weakness, was counted as strength in the courts above. That is why the harvest is here. That is why your blessing cannot be denied. And that is why their gossip has lost its voice. They cannot laugh anymore because joy has been restored to you. They cannot whisper anymore because truth is surrounding you. And they cannot plot anymore because heaven has closed their mouths. All they can do is watch in silence as your life shines brighter than their lies. And all you must do is keep walking forward, for nothing can stop you now. Even now, I hear the angels speaking your name. They are singing songs of triumph, songs of peace, songs of destiny fulfilled. They are guarding your path, and they are lifting you higher. Their voices drown out the echoes of gossip, and their song is louder than every whisper. Listen, child, the sound of heaven is your true identity. It is louder, stronger, and eternal. Your enemies are confused because what they spoke does not match what they see. They called you weak, yet they see your strength. They called you broken, yet they see your wholeness. They called you finished, yet they see your rising. And they cannot reconcile their words with your reality. So they are silent, staring, wondering how you survived. This is the mystery of grace. Those who laugh at you cannot understand it. This is the beauty of mercy. Those who judge you cannot explain it. And this is the power of love. Those who gossip cannot defeat it. For grace has covered you, mercy has lifted you, and love has preserved you. And now your life is a testimony they cannot deny. I see the heaviness you carried, and I tell you this, it is gone. I see the wounds they gave you, and I tell you this, they are healed. I see the shame they tried to put on you, and I tell you this, it has no place anymore. For you are free, and you, whole, and you are loved. Heaven's verdict has been spoken, and their words are meaningless. You will see them again, but not as before. You will see them look at you in silence, unable to speak. You will see them watching as doors open for you, and you will see them stunned as blessings fall upon your life. They will not know what to say, because their gossip cannot exist in the presence of glory. And glory is resting on you now. They thought their words could stain your name, but your name is written in heaven where no stain can reach. They thought their whispers could weaken your spirit, but your spirit was strengthened in the presence of angels. Now the very people who called you small are realizing they cannot measure you at all. and the ones who called you weak are watching you walk with a power they cannot understand. This is the reversal of heaven, where the last become first and the overlooked become lifted. This is the justice of God, where every lie is swallowed by truth and every curse is turned into blessing. The silence of your enemies is the sound of justice. It is the sound of God declaring that the battle is won and your name is vindicated. Do not fear their return, for they cannot harm you. Do not fear their voices, for their voices have been taken away. And do not fear their schemes, for their schemes are powerless now. Every plan formed against you has fallen, and every trap they set has been broken. You must lift your head, because shame no longer belongs to you. You must open your heart, because fear no longer has a place inside. And you must take each step forward, because destiny is pulling you higher. The gossipers are silenced, but you are being called to speak life. The mockers are hushed, but you are being called to sing joy. The liars are gone, but you are being called to live in truth. Heaven is watching you now more closely than ever. The angels are standing guard around your house, around your heart, around your journey. Every step you take is protected, every prayer you speak is heard, and every tear you shed is gathered like a jewel. You are never alone, and you have never been forgotten. That is why you are still here, and that is why your story is only beginning. The people who gossiped about you thought they knew your ending. They thought their laughter was the final word. But the author of life had already written a different ending, one filled with joy and abundance. And now you are stepping into that chapter, and nothing can remove it from your hands. Even now, doors are opening before you that no one can shut. Even now, opportunities are being prepared that no gossip can block. And even now, blessings are moving towards you faster than your enemies can whisper. Their silence is the sign, their shock is the proof, and your breakthrough is the truth. Beloved, you are stepping into the season of divine reversal. The ones who spoke against you will now speak of you in awe. The ones who mocked you will now marvel at you. And the ones who doubted you will now declare that God is with you. This is the way of heaven, to use what was meant for harm and turn it into a crown. And that crown is being placed upon your head even now. Do not hide your light any longer, because it was given to you to shine. Do not shrink your soul any longer, because it was designed to expand. And do not fear being seen, because heaven itself has chosen to reveal you. Those who gossiped will no longer have power, because their season is over. Your season has begun, and no one can stop it. They look at you now and see what they never expected. They see strength where they thought there was weakness. They see peace where they thought there was despair. They see joy where they thought there would be shame. And they see victory where they thought there would be defeat. This is why they are silent, because the truth has undone their lies. My beloved, lift your eyes to heaven, for heaven has always lifted its eyes to you. Lift your heart in gratitude, for gratitude will carry you higher. Lift your spirit in faith, for faith will keep you steady. And lift your voice in hope, for hope will silence every remaining shadow. The gossip is over, the judgment is ended, and the future is shining bright before you.